All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Louisville Badgers, MyLEAGUE. And so, what I'm going to do today, like I was telling you guys before, from this point on, you guys are basically going to get everything raw. So, there's not going to be a whole lot of me editing stuff out. So, there's going to be some editing, but most of what you're going to see is just us going through this journey. But despite the fact that I did figure out how to fix the issue with the statement jerseys and everything like that, I decided to go a different route with the whole thing. And like I said in the last episode, because I do want to have the option of going to a alternate court when we do our alternate jerseys, because I see a lot of NBA teams that do that. So I think that they're really awesome. I think they're really cool. You guys can tell me in the comments what you think about them. But here is the alternate, right? So this is going to be our city edition jersey right here. Boom. You see Jaren Jackson modeling that thing like he does, and I love it. I really like it a lot. You guys can tell me what you think. It's kind of a it's kind of like an exact replica of the Nets old alternates. They had an alternate like this, I believe, and I think because that's kind of what brought it to memory. But I love the army green with the black. I love the stripes. I love everything about it. It's another kind of simplistic, minimalist design. I thought about going in and adding like stripes to the shorts or whatever, not to the waist. But then I just figured like it just looks good the way it is. I really do think that. But you guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna use that for now. So yeah, I do like the way that looks, but and then the away is gonna be what we would consider like our earned jerseys, quote unquote. This is what I went with. Let me get his arms uncrossed there. So yeah, this is what I went with. What is that at the top? Why is that Louisville up there? See that? So this is where those glitches come in sometimes. You'll see that my NBA logos are just not looking right. We'll fix it though. Let's see. Front looks all right. This little thing that at the bottom on the left side of the shorts there, his left, our right, is just a logo that I kind of made up for like the alternates. It really doesn't mean anything. It's just something I made up. So, and I thought it looked cool to just kind of add something unique into the jersey that was at the time just all off-white and pure white. So, anyway. We're going to keep the changes and exit this. So we'll go to that whenever we want to use our alternates, and then I'll show you guys the arena. So this will be the arena when we use our alternates, and we can even use this arena when we do our or this court floor, I should say, when we do our earned jerseys as well. But honestly, the earned jerseys can go with any court floor because they're just white, so they'll look cool either way. So I think we'll just do the regular court floor when we use our earned, and we'll do or we might even be able to do that, honestly. Either way, this will be mostly for the city jerseys, the city edition or the statement, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. I'm sorry, I messed that up. So we're going to have our association and icon jerseys, which are the regular ones. And we're going to have our statement will be the white one, and then the city edition will be our green one. Yes, that's how that'll go. So the first thing I kind of want to do before we play our first game is I want to try to trade Landry Shamet. I was thinking about trading Mo Wagner as well, but maybe we won't do that. But Shamet, he's a guy that just doesn't, I don't think he's really going to have a home on this team, honestly. We got Bryn Forbes and Danny Green. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, he's a rookie that needs to be developed, and I'm not going to really want to give him a whole lot of playing time over either one of these guys. So I think he could serve another team a lot better than he can serve us. A first-round pick and Alex Len. That's something we're going to go back to, because that's something that is extremely intriguing to me, actually. A 22 unprotected first-rounder in Alex Len, I think, is going to be the call. And I like Alex Len, and we've got him for 2 years. He was a high draft pick. Who gave up on him? Who was it that gave up on? The Suns gave up on Len. This is a guy who can rebound his ass off. Not exactly a guy who's going to stretch the floor, but he is great defensively, great at rebounding, smart player. He's got potential. Yeah, I think we want this guy. And you know what else that does? I'm going to tell you in just a second. So we're going to do that trade, and let me save real fast. What else that does for us is that allows us, I think we're going to make one more trade. We don't want our chemistry going down too much, but in light of the fact that we just made that particular trade, we now have the ability to trade either. I mean, we could conceivably make Len. I don't want to have all three of these guys 77 overalls at center, for the simple fact that I'm not going to have enough playing time for the three of them. And so let's see here. Let's see what we get offered for either Hernan Gomez, which I think we'll get a lot more offers, good offers for him, than we would Holmes. So let's try that. Let's see what we get offered real quick here. Simmons again, Snell, Alkins, Dellavedova. We're looking for a shooting guard to replace, backup shooting guard to replace Shamet. All right, so we got him to trade, agreed to a 2023 second rounder, which doesn't matter too much for us because didn't we pick up? Yeah, we've got the Thunder's first round pick in 2022. So we ended up with an extra pick anyway out of the Landry Shamet deal, right? Okay, the Hawks had the Thunder's pick. Okay, and that's what they gave us. So I should have paid closer attention to that, but doesn't matter. Anyway, all right, so we're going to go ahead and simulate the first two games, and then we're going to play our first game against the Cavs, our first home game. And but before we do that, let me make sure that I've got our rotations set the way I want them. Len is going to start for us, actually, but I'm going to leave it so that Holmes gets plenty of minutes. I think I'm going to have, we'll have Danny Green starting for us, but we're going to give Forbes plenty more minutes than what he's got. We'll give him 20. And small forward. What do we got? Okay, so Jetty will start for us like I expected. However, we'll give Rodians some more minutes here. All right, so that's how I want the rotations. So now the time has come for us to play our first game. We're going to simulate through these first 2 away games. We have a lot of away games to start off. I mean, I guess that's kind of a good thing. We are in a tanking season here, but we're going to play our first home game, our first of only 2 in October. And then to start off the month of November, it doesn't get much better. 8 games, 7 of them are away. No big deal. We'll make it work. So, let's see. First game. Boom. We won. Wow. Okay. Check that out. So, what happened? Jaren Jackson with a double-double. Same thing with Len. It was just kind of like an all-around effort, it looks like. Low-scoring game, but we will take it. Seems as though we did really well defensively. Jaren Jackson 0 for 5 from 3. Wow. Well, we definitely want him shooting, and we want him to be, making those mistakes, I guess, and learning from them. So I'm perfectly fine with him doing that. We'll simulate this game. Augustine, sprain right toe. So let's adjust the rotation manually. Should we put Simmons at point guard? I don't think so. We'll have Shaq Harrison come off the bench. That's what we have him for. However, Morris will play more minutes in wake of this. And so will Jaren Jackson. So, there we go. We won again. Oh my god, so we won the first 2 games of the season in a tanking season, but it's just 2 games out of 82. Gordon had a good game, so did Trey Young. Jaren Jackson 28-9 and 1 steal, 3 blocks, only 1 turnover, extremely efficient. 3 offensive rebounds, only 1 foul. Wonderful game, exactly what we needed from our the face of our franchise moving forward. So yeah, we won our first 2 games of the year. Now we're gonna play our first game as the Louisville Badgers, our first home game. So let's see how we do. Here we go.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
So we will real quick hear what Ernie and the boys have to say about our game.
I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching Louisville as they go up against the Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Basketball fans, you've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Hi everyone, this is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. Our sideline reporter David Aldridge. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers and Louisville.
All right, so here we go. Our tip-off is finally here. So most of what I'm going to give you here is going to be like, a lot of the offensive highlights of this game, and just different things that happened in the game that I thought I should kind of highlight, throughout. A couple defensive plays. The start of the game here, as you can see, we started with the ball, but Danny Green missed a 3. As you can, you'll see by the score, we started off terribly. See Jaren Jackson doing his thing from outside there, but we did not start hot. Like, we were really cold to start the game off. You see here it's 17-8. It was 17-5 at one point. spoiler alert, we do close that lead. We close that gap quite significantly. You see Karuch, green light from outside. And he was a revelation in this game, man. I'll tell you that. Like, you guys will see, like, I'm going to be giving him some more minutes here moving forward, because he was just, I mean, he was phenomenal in this game. And I was really pleased with the way he played. But you'll see here that we play some pretty good defense. We're still down by 5 here in the first quarter. We make them use up all their shot clock, get a long rebound. Get the long rebound, and then Rashawn Holmes, who was another sort of a revelation in this game, a guy who I really, you know, I knew I wanted to give minutes to him, but I didn't know that he was going to be as good as he was or ended up being in this game. See Karuch again making some plays in transition. And then at the end of the first quarter here, you'll see we had it within 2 points. So after being down by as many as 12, we in the first quarter we took it back to just a 2-point game going into the second quarter. So that was an accomplishment in itself. I think it just took me some time to get, you know, this was obviously, I mean, I didn't practice at all. It really took me a little bit of time to get things down with the team and figure out how I was going to, you know, to run the offense with this particular unit, which is normal. See a nice little flashy pass there from Jetty. Jaren Jackson, man, he was just, I'm so happy with him and the way he plays, and I think he's gonna really make some pretty big strides this year. He was also like, ooh, that was a nice dunk. He was crazy with the assists this game too, as you see the replay here of that, just slamming it home. Every time I had the ball in my hands with Jaren Jackson, I just felt like something good was going to happen. Whether I put it into the low post with him, whether I had it outside on the perimeter with him, it didn't matter what was going on. I felt good about what was going on, or, you know, I felt good about having the ball in his hands. As you see Jetty with a nice and one there, really nice, crazy circus shot almost, to get the hoop and the foul. So we're actually up by 2 here, which is pretty big considering we were down by 12 like really early in the first quarter. You know, they had us, they came out with the momentum, but like I said, I mean, we took it right back. Danny Green with a deep 3, man, he hit that thing from forever out, but for some reason it just felt right. It felt right to take that shot there. Jaren Jackson with the steal. I accidentally tossed it out to Danny Green there, but I got it right back to Jackson, which actually might have been a better play because it kind of took the defenders off of Jaren Jackson for just a split second and gave him a little bit of room to get back up court in transition.
Was phenomenal. Now they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it.
As you see at halftime, we're up by 4, and we're shooting the ball really well, really efficiently, and we're beating them in almost every category except steals. Jaren Jackson, 15, 4, and 3 in the first half. Really happy with the way he did his thing. You'll see here. But one of the things, like I mentioned earlier already, I have a plan with this team. Jaren Jackson knocking down the three-pointer. I have a plan with this team, and really, it is we're not going to really be competing for the playoffs for the first 2 years at least. We're not going to be competitive, like playoff run competitive, until I would say probably the 2021 or 2022 season. And that's going to be because, you know, one of the biggest parts of the series is going to be Shaq Harrison, but just making plays there. I really was pleased with him this game too, with DJ Augustine being out with that sprained toe. Anyway, yeah, but like I was saying, especially given the fact that, you know, one of the biggest priorities is going to be drafting a guy high next season. or next year's draft, in the 2019 draft, we're gonna have to develop that guy too, Jaren Jackson from outside. So yeah, we're gonna have to develop that guy too, and so it's gonna take time. But I do, between getting free agents and developing these young guys that we have, I do feel like it's something that we will be easily watchable. This was a weird play here. But we'll be easily watchable, and I think our fans will be invested in us, by that third, fourth year. So that's going to be our plan moving forward. I know it's a very vague plan, but it's one that I'm going to stick to, and it's all going to hinge on getting high draft picks over the next 2 years. We want to at least be in the draft lottery over the next 2 years, and next year in particular, I want to be pretty high up. I mean, we want one of those Duke boys, and preferably either Zion, that'll be a stretch, but preferably either him or RJ Barrett. I know Ja Morant is definitely a guy who, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, yeah, try going with him. I'm going to think about that, but we're going to see also what we might be able to get in free agency over the next couple years as well. So I'm just kind of recapping this because I don't think I really played. I didn't really go over it too much in the first episode. But you see here, Colin Sexton, player of the game. I think he dropped like 28 or 30 on us, man. So I mean, he was really doing his thing. He was getting the assists. He was getting inside. He was just really wreaking havoc on us. And so you'll see here, under 2 minutes, we're down by 7. This is kind of like, we can cut the lead down here. I decided to go for a 2-pointer, kind of go with the sure thing to try to get us within 2 possessions. And then from that point on, it really fell apart. So we lost our first game of the season. The first game we played and the first game that we've lost this year. So we're 2-1, which, 2-1 doesn't matter. But either way, I almost feel like it's bittersweet because this is the start of our tanking right here. We had to start losing. And here it is. I'm definitely never going to lose a game on purpose, but if it happens, then you know what I mean? That's we'll live with it. But either way, like I said, I mean, it's definitely bittersweet because of the fact that I feel like, we definitely got to get a feel for our team now, and I really was happy with the way a lot of the guys played, especially some of the guys that surprised me, like Karuch, Holmes, even Alex Len. But yeah, so anyway, got a really cool surprise in the next episode. I know I was gonna show it to you guys in this episode, but with the gameplay and a few of the other things that I wanted to do, I didn't get around to it. But definitely stick around for episode 3 because I'll definitely be showing it to you guys then. I think it's something that you're really gonna like, something you'll be excited about. So yeah, hopefully you'll be back for that, and if so, I will see you then.